Well, it's early evening.
Hello.
So this is Jane and
Him.
Ian doing the Edinburgh Festival Fringe 2025. This is show 3 on day 12. So we went from, as if you've watched the previous video, we went straight from that.
Which was Elon Musk.
Yeah, so we went from the 21st century back to the 16th in an instant. Or I might, yes, anyway.
So this is...
It might be the 70th. Anyway.
This is a thing called After Shakespeare.
Okay, it's drama. And so I'm going to read you, I think I'll read you off the little flyer. So, After Shakespeare, come and join a host of familiar Shakespearean characters as they reflect back on their lives, including Lady Macbeth, Portia, Hamlet, and King Hal, Henry V. Award-winning actress and writer Lexi Wolfe weaves together Shakespeare's words, historical research, and her own dramatic spark as she transforms into 4 distinct characters to follow their onward journeys. Which was a very clever idea.
I think it's a really good idea, actually. I mean, I have to hold my hand up to being not that fond of Shakespeare. I don't think I've ever seen Henry IV.
Well, it was Henry V.
And the Fifth.
It was Henry V, actually.
I have seen several versions of Hamlet and Macbeth over the years, so I do know those stories in particular. I wasn't so sure about the full story of The Merchant of Venice, but I twigged it was The Merchant of Venice.
Well, to be fair, you identified it, and I was going to have to check it because there were a couple, and I wasn't absolutely sure.
What I wish I'd
done seen it.
was just go over those stories that I didn't know prior to seeing it. I know. I mean, that's my fault for not thinking about. And not actually, I didn't read the flyer. Had I read the flyer, then you know exactly who the characters are. And actually, the flyer does show all of the 4 characters. So, but that's my fault for not doing my own research, really.
But basically, the hour was split into 4, and each quarter was a character from the play. As it says, after, and talking about their life and how they'd felt at the time. And I mean, I think it's true to say some of them filled maybe a bit of a backstory.
They did a bit, yeah. And
I
mean, that's why I said it's quite important to know. I don't think you need to be a Shakespeare expert and read lots of Shakespeare, but just if you're not sure and you haven't seen that much Shakespeare, I mean, you could Google it to some extent, and Wikipedia will tell you
give the outline,
give the outline of the actual play, which will not take away from anything that you're going to see, because it's obviously what happens after that. That's why it's called After Shakespeare. Which I agree with you. I think it's a really interesting idea. I think it works really, really well. She is fantastic.
She is.
Absolutely fantastic. And there are laughs in it. I mean, bits of it are funny.
And it is, obviously they're different plays. She's playing different characters, but her approach, I can't put my finger on it, but it's sort of different.
Each time.
And maybe the first is more of its time, sort of set, because of
I think
they're
it
talking
is,
about battles and things that don't happen now. But some of the others was sort of fairly contemporary in the way she spoke, the language she used. Yet they completely related to that character post play, or how I'm thinking about Lady Macbeth in particular. It was things that had sort of happened before that maybe she was motivated, and it was really, really a great, clever idea.
I mean, there's one of them, and I won't say which one because I want people to go and see it and make their own mind up into what I'm, but one of them really resonated with me about how women are today
Mm.
in that
Yeah.
sense, and about how
Mm.
how women are treated. So
There were definitely parallels.
there
You're
were,
absolutely right.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't
Yeah.
want to say which one it was because I want you to
Mm.
you tell me down below tell us
Yeah.
down below
Yeah. Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you get to see
Yeah.
the play.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was superb.
I did. I
Yeah,
did. Yeah. It's and I mean, I think that little blurb
no, it covers it. Yeah,
it covers it
it
because
does cover it
it's
exactly. Yeah,
there's research has gone
yeah,
into it,
yeah.
and yeah, really well worth
I
going
mean,
to see.
there's little costume changes, which I mean, it's quite clever that she starts the next story from behind the screen as she's changing whatever she needs to change. But all of that, so it's all done in sort of context, isn't it?
And to be fair, that because you could have lost quite a lot of time in those
Yeah,
changeovers,
but
but
you don't.
it's minimal because she's really thought about
Yeah,
what she's wearing and what she ends up with and how she can cover it.
yeah.
Like Ian said, she maybe starts the dialogue from behind the screen, but it's momentary. It doesn't deflect or detract at all. Um, it's really really great.
I mean, there's another. Just it's an aside because it's actually. I mean, it's one of the, it's very hot here today in
Oh
Edinburgh. It's
yeah.
ridiculous hot in the rooms and the theatres, and the production companies are thinking about this. And what was said at the beginning before she came out was that that they left some seats which they put down as reserved in case for people to go out after each of the if you needed to get if you got too hot to go out after one of them and then come back in and sit at the back with one of the. So they thought about things like that. It was a pretty full audience. There were a few empty seats, but they were just at the back. The little row that they'd kept for people who had to go out and then come back in if after they got a drink or whatever. It was they thought about it, which is lovely actually, because
Yeah, it is.
we're not used to days like this in Edinburgh.
Well, I mean,
it's
the whole
really hot.
world, the whole country,
Yeah,
because it's Tuesday the 12th.
yeah.
Everybody's, excuse me, been suffering this, but I suppose we're in enclosed spaces that with heat and lights and things.
Yeah,
so.
there's lights. There's no air conditioning in a lot of these rooms because they're not
No.
theatres in that sense.
No,
They're used as theatre for this month.
yeah.
They're multifunctional rooms.
But they're managing as best they can.
You can, and they're doing a great job, really.
They are.
So,
they are.
do you want to see when it's on? And
Yep. Yes. No, I was just checking. Nope. That's all my notes. So it is at the Space Surgeons Hall Theatre 1. It is on at 4:15 in the afternoon for an hour, and it's been on for about 10 days, so it is now on right through until the 23rd of August, but not on Sunday the 17th. And it is £13, which is
a good price.
a good price.
Yeah, it's close to the average of 12, 13.
It is. Yep.
Yeah. How many stars?
I think a very good 4 from me.
It's a very good 4 from me too. The guy who doesn't really do a lot of Shakespeare, but she was brilliant.
Yeah, it's quite. It's very
so
engaging.
Even if you're not into Shakespeare, go see it because she's great.
Because it's a different perspective.
Yeah, it is.
On a character.
Very clever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
We've got 2 more shows to see today. It's a full day today, 5 shows.
Yep.
And we'll see you next time.
Yeah, and we'll just, as a little teaser, it's music of a very different kind.
Well, both are music of a different kind.
Well, that's what I mean. They are contrasting, but we will tell you more later.
Yeah, that's a real tease. That's a good teaser, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
So watch this space. See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.